Okay, I'm about to tell you a story, and you're going to be inclined to not believe me because of how crazy it is, but I promise you that it is 100% true. God is my witness, Justin is my second. I promise you, every single bit of the story is true. You want to come sit next to me while I tell it? Okay, so as you know, we're in Europe. Currently, we're in Paris. I meant to tell you this at the beginning of the vlog, like whenever I started filming for this week, but I didn't. Life has been moving very fast since we've been here. Anyway, so we took a plane from Birmingham to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to England. On our Charlotte to England flight, or Charlotte to London flight, whatever, it was 7 hours and 44 minutes, something like that. And so as I'm getting onto the plane, Justin and I booked exit row seats because we learned our lesson from Hawaii that if you're going to be on a long haul flight, like 5-6+ hours, being on like a normal seat is uncomfortable. Like that leg room matters. So anyway, we booked an exit row seat. The flight attendant was just like kind of standing right there, like by the exit door, which I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be stationed right there. Anyway, so Justin was like in the aisle doing something, and he like wanted me to like get past him to like reach or do something. And I was like, I can't go if you're right there. So the flight attendant goes, and he was like, are you a flight attendant? And I was like, no, I'm a nurse. Immediately wanted to take those words back and stuff them down my throat, because I never tell anybody I'm a nurse. Like out in the wild, never ever ever do I tell somebody that I'm a nurse. That is something that I keep so close to me. Like I dress up in a banana costume on the weekends and I go to kids' birthday parties. Like if somebody asks what I do, that's what I do. That's what I do. But I never tell somebody that I'm a nurse. Never, ever, ever. And so I said that and I was like, fuck. And he was like, oh, that's really good to know in case I need you. And I was like, okay, just don't need me. Anyway, 3 hours into the flight, I'm editing the YouTube video. We've eaten dinner. I'm drinking some water. Yeah, I ate dinner. Justin was asleep. I was literally about to sternal rub Justin because I was like, hey, Justin. And I was like doing like this, nothing. I took, yes, I was. His hand was inside of his like hoodie, like his jacket pocket. So I took it out and I was waving around. I was like, Justin. And everybody's looking at me like, is something wrong with this boy? And then something random happened and he just like woke up. What?
I had my earphones in, so I couldn't hear you regardless.
God, I guess that's an ad for Beats. Anyway.
Yeah,
so that happened. Editing the YouTube video, I had already eaten dinner, I had read a few chapters of my book, whatever. It's 3 hours in at this point. So I'm sitting at the window seat. There's not really a window right there. Window seat, Justin's in the middle, and there's another guy who was a very nice man, I will say.
What?
Like we didn't interact with him, but he just seemed like a really nice guy.
Seemed like a butthole.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so there was a guy that was sitting on the end, of course, like he's in the aisle, and I saw this lady get up, and she was like going to the back, but she had already like passed the restroom, so I was like, where the heck is she going? And so I see her like trip a little bit, so I was like, and then I see her like fall, and at first I wasn't gonna say anything like whenever she tripped, because like why would you say anything if somebody trips? But then she fell. Then I really wasn't gonna say anything because she fell, because I was like, well, how embarrassing is that if somebody like gets up to help you because you fell? Keep in mind this person is very elderly, right? So anyway, they fall and then they start seizing. So I was like, fuck, like I can't just sit here and not do anything because everybody else around them is sitting around not doing anything. So I was like, okay, well, okay. So I get up, I get her over there, turn her on her side, whatever. She stops. I hear like over the all call, they're like, is there a nurse or a doctor on the plane? And the flight attendant comes up to me and I was like, I'm a nurse. Fuck. And she was like, okay. So then there was a doctor that came around. So we put her flat on her back, feet straight up in the air, whatever. We're taking blood pressures, we're doing pulse oxes. I'm like spiking an IV bag, like making sure the line is good, there's no bubbles. He's starting an IV, blood pressure is nothing over nothing. So I'm like, oh no, this is actually really bad, really bad. But then things start to get better. But the pilot, the co-pilot, somebody comes back and he's like, we're gonna have to emergency land the plane if they're not doing good. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? No, please, this is actually really terrible. Please don't do that. Because mind you, I had already said to the flight attendant, I was like, oh, like, try not to need me. Justin was looking very in depth at the exit row seat literature and like how to work the door. And like before all this happened, I was like, Justin, you're not gonna know how to need that. You're freaking me out. Like, just don't look at it. And I was like, if I am eating my words so bad to the point where Justin is now going to have to learn how to use the emergency exit on a plane when we are literally in the middle of the ocean, like, no. And so now I'm just like, oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. But I'm not panicking. I'm staying very, very calm. And I'm just like, okay, well, this is Nurse J now. We're not J on vacation. This is Nurse J. So let's just, everybody be calm. Like, everything is going to be fine. They bring out like some emergency medical kit that has like all these gadgets or whatever. And so I'm talking to the patient. I was like, hey, what's your name? She's like, my name's so-and-so. How old are you? I'm this old. Where are you from? I'm from here. I was like, oh, like, what are you going to be doing in London? And blah, blah, blah. We were just talking. We were like, oh, are you by yourself? She's like, yeah, like, I'm by myself. And I was like, oh, what seat are you sitting on? She was like, seat, you know, blah, blah. Just trying to like keep the good vibes going. Like, as long as you're staying awake and as long as you're talking, I think we're in some good shape. Okay. And they were very, very coherent. And, you know, everything was great. So, yeah. It started to get a lot better, and you know, they ended up being fine. They tried to give me money, and when they turned around, I slipped it back in their suitcase because no, like, I don't need money for, you know, doing literally like what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah, that was crazy. Justin, how did you feel watching that?
It was very surreal.
Be modest. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was very surreal watching. It was like I ain't never watched Grey's Anatomy, but I get the gist, and I feel like that was. Now, yes, she was acting. She was not acting. She was talking like it was all balls to the wall, and it really wasn't. As far as like watching it goes, it was very quiet, very calm. It's probably people on the plane that didn't even know what was going on. Because it was just very calm.
I mean, it was balls to the wall, but it was quiet.
It was quiet.
Like, we weren't drawing attention to the fact that we may have to emergency land this plane right now.
But no, it was very just like surreal, like actually like watching you like quote unquote do your job.
Yeah.
And I was very just impressed about how calm, cool, collected you were. I don't get that.
That is not my baseline.
That's not her baseline at all. So yeah, it was very like surreal watching that happen. Not saying, cause I already had an indication you graded your job. Like that wasn't, that wasn't something I was concerned about. But seeing it like in real time just confirms that you are an incredible, excellent nurse.
Thank you.
So, and you got up and continued to edit your YouTube video.
I did. Anything for YouTube, girlies. We're locked in, okay? I got right back up and I finished editing that video. Don't play.
Which this could have been proven further if I just took a picture, but the way the 16 Pro been acting, every time we take a picture of the flash or a video, it want to come on, and like it was the lights already dim, and so the last thing I wanted to do was to turn on my video or take a picture and the flash go off, and they're sitting there looking at me. Also, what she didn't tell y'all is that there were 4 people in the situation.
Oh yeah.
2 of those people were qualified to be there. The other 2 were in the wrong place at the really, really wrong time.
And I thought these other 2 people were nurses. They were not. These were just 2 poor gentlemen that were unable to make it back to their seat because we were blocking the aisle.
Quite literally.
And they were sitting there helping me. They grabbing stuff. I'm asking for stuff they're handing to me. I'm like, I'm so glad there's so many nurses on this plane. No. These are random Joe Blows that were trying to get a Dr. Pepper and a Pepsi from the back of the plane that were unable to do that.
One guy, he literally just couldn't get back to his seat because the oxygen tank.
We had it kind of, the oxygen tank was in his seat.
And then
sorry.
The other guy, he came out the bathroom, so he was trying to like. That's what he came out to. The other guy, I think he also just had a bad time of walking by because he was coming from the front of the plane, just walking back to get a drink. Is what he said. So he had full intentions of just walking back here, getting a drink, and walking back. No, he stuck back there for an hour. You know, his Grey's Anatomy episode.
Yeah, it felt like time was moving so slow, but it was interesting.
But then, like, yes, that was happening. Then I would look around and other people just dead sleep.
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah.
So it felt like slow motion on that little bubble But everything else, when I looked around, you know, la-di-dee, la-di-da. But no, that little pocket of area felt like time was just moving very slow. They're calm but slow, you know.
It was a very like right place at the right time kind of situation, because that could have happened to them anywhere on the plane, but it just so happened that you did it right here, number one, where I'm right here, and number two, where there's an exit road. Yeah. So we have like all of this space to do what we need to do.
Because I don't think picking her up would have been the best idea as far as like moving her. Mm-hmm. I mean, she didn't seem to weigh that much. Like she could have been moved. No. But still. Yeah. Like, yeah, no, they picked a very good spot to do that in. Yeah.
I was trying to like just talk to them just to like keep them not panicky, you know, whatever. And they were like, do you watch this sport? And I was like, oh, like I went to a game whenever I was in elementary school, like in the 3rd grade, but like not really. And she was like, oh yeah, my husband is a professional so-and-so player. She told me her husband's name, and he is an extremely famous sports player. Yeah, so I made a friend. Anyway, so the flight attendants came up to me and like they had to grab all of our information like for their reports or whatever. So yeah, we did that, and then we got off the plane in London, and I went to the bathroom, and it was like I guess a whole bunch of people from our flight, and they were just being so nice, like saying like thank you so much for helping this person, like you did a great job. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. Now, had they known that I haven't even been a nurse for a year, I feel like they would have been like, wait a minute, excuse me? I haven't even been a nurse for a year yet.
Oh, you haven't?
It's only been 10 months. And I've only been a nurse off on my own since April. And I also help deliver babies. I don't do like ER. I don't do IC. Like that's not my thing. So that was kind of how our trip started off. It was very crazy, to say the least.
That means I ain't been in Nairobi for...
You've been in Nairobi since February. So 9 months. Jeez. And now you're the head trainer. So proud of you. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all the Airbnb. This is the living room. Excuse the Cokes and like all the drinks and stuff that we have up here, but this is the kitchen, and then they have a cute little dining table. There's like some coffee stuff. Here is the first bathroom, which it is absolutely gorgeous. This mirror is touchscreen. You see how it has like the little dot? That is so cool. I love that. And then going down to the first guest bedroom. We're not staying in this one. We're gonna stay in the other one, but it's huge and it has a really big closet. And then this is the room that we're sleeping in. And then this is our bathroom. Very, very nice. I love it. We got breakfast at, what was that place called? Nothing
Where the pancakes are?
Don't go there. Don't go there.
What was you gonna say?
Nothing but pancakes. But anyway, the food's really nasty. But what?
What did you just do?
I think I was buffering. Anyway, we're at the London Eye now. We're gonna do the London Eye cruise because Justin doesn't like continuous heights. So we're gonna do the cruise instead, and hopefully, why? You literally don't like continuous heights.
It's just going so slow. It's been there for so long.
It is going slow. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the London Eye. It's literally going so slow, and you're also not in the little pod by yourself. Like you're in a pod with multiple people, which is kind of awkward. Okay, hey guys, so we are back from our very first day in London. We did a lot today, okay? Like it was a whole bunch, and I'm gonna tell y'all all about it. But number one, I wanna explain something. So since we are in Europe, that means that phone snatchers are a thing, right? So during this trip, this 2-week trip, I'm gonna do my best to show you like little clips, little snippets of everything as best I can without getting my phone snatched, because I just got a new phone and I don't think that Europe has a T-Mobile, and I don't want to be phoneless for 2 weeks. So I have been filming snippets. Like, I don't want y'all to think that just because I haven't been taking my big vlog camera that I haven't been posting or like videoing anything for y'all, because I have. But also consider like how big y'all are. Like, this vlog camera is not only huge, but it's heavy. It's like maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds. I'm gonna say 5 pounds. This feels like a 5 pound like dumbbell, but it's big and it's heavy and it's clunky, and realistically probably I should have gotten like the little neck thing and just like kind of wore y'all like this, but I didn't do that because I didn't think about it realistically. So I just don't want y'all to think that I am leaving y'all out. I am going to do my best to kind of explain everything. So what's probably going to happen is later, after me and Justin take a nap, we're going to kind of like talk you through everything that happened, how everything went, the places that we ate at, the culture, things we noticed, things we love, things we don't love so much. But right now I am like literally delirious. I was almost falling asleep in the Uber. Justin asked if he could fall asleep, and he was like, can you just wake me up whenever we get back to the Airbnb? And I was like, yeah. But like, I needed one of us to be awake, so I kind of just like took the bullet on that one. So I stayed up, but I was like the whole time in the Uber. So I'm really sleepy. I feel like our bodies are still kind of jet lagged a little bit, so it's been a little difficult just trying to keep up. But I think we're going to take a little nap, and then we'll just go from there. Y'all, I messed up. I turned the shower on the wrong way, and now the shower hose is pointed directly at me. It's gonna be hot. Like, it's steaming right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to stand directly in front of it though. If you open, I'm gonna get hit. Hold on.
Okay, ready?
No.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Wait. Ooh. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead.
That wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I opened the wrong one the other day, but luckily, like, that one's facing that way.
God.
So I can turn it off.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shower.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. So it is, I think it's 9:14, and today we're going from London to Paris, and we're taking the Eurostar. The checkout at this Airbnb is at 11, and so we have to like follow all the Airbnb checkout instructions, all that good stuff, like cleaning up and like repacking. I feel like that's gonna be my least favorite part about this trip, is unpacking and then repacking the same stuff essentially. So we're gonna kind of clean everything up, pack, and then I think we're just gonna eat at London St. Pancras because they have a Shake Shack, and Justin absolutely loves Shake Shack, and I know he'll want nothing more than to have that while in Europe. Hopefully it still tastes moderately the same. We had McDonald's last night and it was good. It tasted a little bit different, but I feel like the reason that it tastes different is that here in Europe they have a lot of regulations on their food and their sodium and their sugar and like how their food is processed, and it's probably because it's real meat and we're used to eating deer ankles from McDonald's. So it was really, really yummy. I definitely enjoyed it, but we're gonna go ahead and kind of just start cleaning up, getting everything back together. I went ahead and started a lot of laundry just so that we can have fresh clothes in the dryer. And then this is the room with like my suitcase. There are like light switches or like little knobs, and you can like lower it and all that good stuff. Anyway, so this is my suitcase and all of her glory. She's very, very small, but I'm doing my best to just kind of like make it work. We got to the train station and we ended up getting Shake Shack. So now we're gonna eat and then we'll get on the train. Okay, so we made it to our train platform. When we first got here, he told us that we couldn't go ahead and go upstairs to like where the trains were departing from because we had to wait until an hour before. And at the time we didn't understand that, but it makes more sense now because there's limited space up here. So if you just have people up here and it's not time for their train to leave, it's just super inconvenient. But we went through security, we went through TSA, we got our bags checked, and we leave at 2:31, and the platform is made available 20 minutes before we leave, so we have a little bit left before we go. So I have royally fucked up, right? So y'all know that usually I am very good about picking Airbnbs. Like, this is different because I'm using my phone. So, like, naturally I want to look at myself, but I need to look right here because y'all are right there. Anyway, so I am usually very good about picking Airbnbs. My track record has been very good. But whenever I was looking for one in Paris, and this is months ago, whenever I was looking for one in Paris, I was having a really, really hard time finding one that, you know, like looked decent and was like near the Eiffel Tower, near Central Paris, blah, blah, blah. That was really hard for whatever reason. And for a long time, I really couldn't find anything normal because everything I was seeing was like $1,500, $1,600. No, especially when the original plan was for us to only be in Paris for like 4 days. So for, no, not even 4, like 2 or 3. So $1,500 for 2 or 3 days was absolutely insane. So I ended up finding this one. I do not remember how much this one was. This one was either 600 or 300 and something. I want to say it was like 300 and something. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is a steal. This is awesome. And when Justin saw it, like when I showed him, because I don't ever book Airbnbs without Justin, but he thinks that this is one of the ones that I did not show him. I'm pretty sure I did.
There's no shot you showed me this one. No shot. No, I did. No. There's no shot you showed me this Airbnb and I was like, yeah, put Vic out. Absolutely not. Nah.
Anyway, I feel like I did. He feels like I did not. And so he saw it with fresh eyes about 2 weeks before we left. He was like, what is this? I was like, it's the Airbnb that we booked. And he was like, no, I've never seen this before a day in my life. I was like, no, like actually, yes, you have. And as you can see, he's very adamant that he's never seen it before.
He already told you not to pick this.
So anyway, we had a very nice Airbnb in London. Oh, actually,
No, okay. The Airbnb was nice. It was not as clean as it should have been, and it took us 30 extra minutes to get inside of the Airbnb, and it wasn't as clean when we got inside. But overall, I will say the Airbnb was very nice itself.
yes, the home itself was nice. But like, they told us that we could come at 11:30 that morning to drop our bags off. And so I was very grateful for that because that way we didn't like waste a whole day, like just carrying around our suitcases and like not being able to do anything. So I was grateful for that. So then 3 o'clock came and the cleaners are still in there, quote unquote, cleaning. And so we sit in the backyard and we're just like waiting. And they're like, oh, is this going to be your Airbnb? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, well, just give us 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes actually meant 40 more minutes. So we waited 40 more minutes for them to finish, quote unquote, cleaning the Airbnb. And then they made us like do a walkthrough to like look at everything. And we were like, oh, okay. And then we were like, hey, like, how can we get back to our bags that are at the front? Because they were like locked up. And so they were like calling. They couldn't figure it out. I was like, okay, well, whenever I tried to get the bags in here, like I pressed this button and somebody came. So somebody ended up coming. So I got the bags and then I go to reach for my bag and she pushes me out of the way. Like I stumble back a little bit from how hard she hit me. Y'all know how confrontational I am. It took everything in me to not just her right back. So I was already so upset about that. So we're walking. She grabs both of our suitcases, my suitcase and Justin's suitcase. Justin is still inside of the Airbnb, so he doesn't see any of this. All he sees is me just looking like this, walking up. And he's like, oh, fuck. So we get in, whatever. We get in there and it smells so bad. Like it smelled so musty. Like so musty. And I hate to say this and I hate to be mean in this way, but I think that it smelled musty because the people that were cleaning it were musty. So it's like they were quote unquote cleaning the house, but they were also dragging and embedding their stinky smell into literally everything. So I was like, oh no. Oh, absolutely not. So it smelled bad. And then as our time in the Airbnb went on, I noticed that on top of the dryer were women's underwear that were not mine. And then in the drawer were a pair of baby shoes. And then when you lift up the ottoman at the end of the bed, there are baby bottles and all other kinds of like miscellaneous baby trash down there. Meaning that y'all didn't clean this Airbnb like you said you cleaned this Airbnb. Then the previous guest, I guess, also left food. So it's like you didn't clean. Like, you made us wait an extra 40 minutes for you to do absolutely nothing. Like, it didn't smell like Pine Sol, Lysol, Mean Green, Comet. They should. They should. But yeah, it was horrible. And so I told the the Airbnb host about it, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a beautiful home. Like, I won't take that away from him. The home is beautiful. He just needs a better cleaning team, because it was just like not good. And he was like, I'm so sorry that happened. Like, we pride ourselves on, like, you know, everything being really clean. Like, I'm sorry. And he was like, if you ever want to come back, I will offer you a discount on your next stay. I was like, oh, okay. Whatever. So yeah, that was that. Then we leave there, we get on the Eurostar. The Eurostar was very, very easy to navigate. Partly, I feel like, because everything was in English, but it was very easy to navigate. And then it moved literally so fast. The Eurostar was absolutely booking it from one location to the next. Like, it was insane. So anyway, I started reading Harry Potter, which is like, I love so much. Like, I was telling myself, like, oh, I don't need to read that again, because I read it whenever I was in, like, the 5th grade. But, like, realistically, like, I remember the basics of the book. Like, I don't remember, like, the nitty-gritty details. And so I was like, no, like, I should definitely read this again. So I started reading it again, and it was so cool, because the Eurostar, like, their platform is platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. So it was, like, so cool to, like, actually see that in person. And, like, that's where they filmed it. Like, they filmed it on the Eurostar, like, on that platform that we were literally on. So it was so cool to, like, be able to see that in person. And of course I took pictures, of course. So it was just so cool, and it was so nice just to be able to see that in real life, I guess. But yeah, so we got on the Eurostar, and then we got to France. And as soon as we got off of the train, there was a black man that was like, taxi, you need a taxi, you need a taxi. And I had already read, like, on the internet, like, when I was doing, like, Google searches about, like, France, like, do's and don'ts, like, whenever I was watching TikToks, do's and don'ts still, about France, they were like, there are going to be these people that are going to be at the Eurostar, at the train station. They're going to tell you that you need a taxi, but these are not actual taxi drivers. Do not get in the car with them. They're not actual taxi drivers. I was like, yeah, I already know what you're on. Get away from me. Get away from me. So anyway, we ended up getting a, I'm gonna use y'all for my mirror. We ended up getting, well, I look kind of weird. We ended up getting an Uber, and he was very, very nice. He only spoke French though. I speak a little bit of French, but like not enough to even begin to say that I'm fluent or anything like that. But he was very nice, and he dropped us off at this monstrosity of an Airbnb. So I will say the check-in instructions for this Airbnb were very easy. Like, it wasn't super hard to get in here. So there was like a lock on the front door that you had to like put in a code for, and then you had to walk up 2 flights of stairs, and then you had to like push this door open, and there's like a very small space, which I will show y'all. There's like a very small space that has 2 doors. We're the gray door. So you put in the key for the lockbox that is with the gray door, and you open it up. Now, mind you, this 2-floor walk-up is not just any 2-floor walk-up. It is the 2-floor walk-up from hell. It looked like at any point in time, 74,000 rats are just gonna scurry across your feet. Like, it looked literally like something out of a horror movie, and I wish that I was kidding, but I am not. It was so horrific. It was so scary. It was so nasty, and it was so disgusting. So we get in here, and I don't absolutely love it. I feel like the pictures made it look better than what it actually was, and it was just really disappointing. Now, if you don't know this about me, I have a severe texture problem. You're probably like, Donna, what the heck does that even mean? So, like, to me, I cannot wear pants for a long period of time. If I wear pants for a long period of time, about 6 to 7 hours in, I'm going to start absolutely losing my mind. Like, I'm going to start crashing out. I'm going to start absolutely tweaking and losing it. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like I can just feel the fabric pressing up against my skin, and I don't like it. And I cannot handle it. And it makes it even worse if it's rain. Oof, it makes me so itchy even talking about it. It makes it even worse if it's raining and I'm wearing pants, because then everything just feels like dank and musty and disgusting. And I just, oh, it's horrible. And it makes me start itching. Like, I rubbed this little dry patch into my skin yesterday because I was just, I was itching so bad. And I was like scratching my fingers. I was scratching my head. Like, it was, it was not good. So yeah, we get into the Airbnb. Mind you, I'm already kind of wet because it was raining in Paris yesterday. And then we have to go up these dank, dark, nasty pair of steps. Mind you, there's no light. So I'm literally guiding Justin, who's carrying our 2 suitcases while I'm carrying the duffel bag in the backpack with a measly iPhone flashlight. So I'm losing it. So we get in here and it's just not what I expected. Oh, so I said all that to say the sheets had lint on them. I guess the technical term is like pill. Like, you know how you have, ooh. Sorry. You know, I'm literally just itchy everywhere. You know how like fabric is old or like it gets washed too many times and it starts to like ball up on itself? I'm literally itching everywhere. That I cannot handle that. I cannot handle that. There was a blanket from my childhood that I remember very vividly, and it had it everywhere. And my dad literally laid it on top of me, and I remember just screaming because it was horrible. It was horrible. And now like my family knows about it, and so they'll see like a linty pillow or something, they're like ooh, and I will like literally scream. Like it is horrible to me. Like when my mom and my brother and my sister do it, like it's funny because like I know they don't mean any harm by it, but like if I see that, it will freak me out and I will start scratching into oblivion. Like even thinking about it makes me want to scratch. Like it's not good for me. It's not good for me. So yeah, that was that. So when we got in and we saw that the blankets had pill on them, that told me multiple things. Number one, these are old. These are old. I don't even know how old, but they're old. And I'm not going to be able to sleep on this tonight. So thankfully we had a travel blanket that I pretty much just laid on last night. And the bed was so hard. It feels like a literal brick. It was horrid. And yeah, so I told Justin, I was like, should we just go and get some new sheets? Or like, am I being absolutely crazy to say that we should just say, F this Airbnb and just go and get another one? And he was like, basically, long story short, like for the sake of being comfortable and not looking back on the trip and being like, oh, like I really don't want to go back to the Airbnb. Like, I don't want you to sit here and be uncomfortable when you don't have to be uncomfortable. So for that reason, we booked another Airbnb and it's huge. It's huge. I'm gonna show y'all later today. We check in today after 3 p.m. It's huge. It's so like interesting looking and like the artwork is really cool. They have like a backyard and it's really, really nice. So we're gonna check into that at 3. And I was telling Justin, how did I say it about the like what?
He literally said this place is not up to our standard. That's so mean. You don't understand how that's mean. I was gonna say we at least found that the other Airbnb was more central to the stuff we wanted to do.
That's a lie.
But you just straight up told her place is ugly.
Did I lie?
Like and you picked it.
I did. It was a mistake. I must have been drunk.
That's insane. You just said this place is not up to our standard. What does that even mean?
It's trashy. It's dirty. The bed is lumpy.
You said it was clean when you got up here.
I think I was just trying to make myself feel better, and it didn't work, as evidenced by us literally leaving today.
I mean, it wasn't dirty when you got up here. It's just ugly. That's all. It's literally just ugly. It was not dirty. It's just not. This is not a pretty place to stay. But no, I do think that's a little mean.
Well, anyway, I was gonna tell her that this is not up to our standards. Like, it's not. Like,
you know how confusing that is for her when you picked it.
I don't give a fuck. No, but it's because if she would have showed us the 2-floor walk up in this, do you really think I would have picked this? No. She's a lying ass bitch. Yeah, she will be dealt with for that. But like, no way. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get to the Airbnb today, but right now we're getting ready to go out into the city for a little bit. We're just kind of gonna go see like the Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, get some breakfast/lunch items if we can find it. I was kind of trying to explain to Justin like how they do breakfast. Like it's not like it's not like a big full course American breakfast. Like it's literally called petit déjeuner, like just a little something. And usually it's mostly like bread and cheese, or like bread and jam. Like it's not anything huge like in America. So we're gonna try to find something. I'll be good with just like a pastry and a coffee. Justin, on the other hand, is not gonna be good with that. So we're gonna have to find something.
I mean, if it's a good pastry, I'm straight.
Like an eclair.
What the fuck is an eclair?
You used to say it to me all the time. An eclair. It's like a hot dog looking chocolate filled donut.
I said that to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when we first started dating. You used to always say that. You said it just like that.
If we found a good pastry, I'll be straight.
Okay.
But, we do they have a lot of options of like this regular food. So, I know in Paris, but like if I can't find nothing, we will get Popeyes something again.
Well, they have a McDonald's. You love McDonald's.
Well, yeah,
So, all is not lost. It's going to be okay. All is not lost.
It's not.
Okay, so this is outside of our door for the Airbnb. You go first because I got to lock the door. It's a very small space. Okay, gotta lock the door. Okay, and then open this door. Why does it open like that? Oh, yeah. See, it's better now because it's daylight, but imagine it's literally pitch black out here. Look at this. Oh, I need to hurry. This is so disgusting. And then it's just dark. Oh my God. It smells old. I almost fell. Gross, disgusting, nasty, nasty, nasty. I'm zooming out just so I can show y'all a little bit more. Keep in mind, I'm on my phone, so if the audio sounds a little weird, that's why. But this is so pretty, and the weather is so nice. Look at Justin in his vlogging girl era. We love her. But yes, it looks so good. And y'all, hold on. First of all, be so proud of me because I have really bad social anxiety sometimes, and it's hard for me to like ask for help. And Justin was like, you need to ask her for a picture because if I ask her, she's just gonna say no just because I'm a man. Which is true, because I would also say no just if he asked me anything. Be like, no, get away from me. But she took some pictures for us, and they're so cute. So we definitely appreciate it.
Actually, the man took the pictures.
Yeah, the man took the pictures. I don't know why I said the girl. I asked the girl, but the guy took the pictures. So not bad.
He knew what he was doing.
He did. We stopped in at this local bakery, and Justin is getting some kind of cheese, something. And then he's also getting a brownie. Okay, so it turns out that this was an omelet. I'm gonna hurry up and talk fast because Justin is devouring it, but it is literally so good. Oh, we also got an orange Gina. It pretty much tastes like a sparkling orange juice, and it's not that bad. It's pretty good. I feel like it's supposed to be like a Fanta, but it's still really good. Okay, Justin's about to try the brownie that he got. Is it soft?
Soft enough.
Okay. Give it a big old bite. It's bad. What's wrong with it? What's wrong? Don't you dare throw up. 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 Okay guys, so this is our new Paris Airbnb. We officially moved out of the other nasty, disgusting one. And this one is a loft, so that is the primary suite up there. But there is kitchen, living room. Say hey, Disney.
Hey, Justin.
Okay. It has a dedicated workspace, which we won't be using that. I brought my laptop. It has a fan, very stylicious, love that. And this is one of the guest bedrooms. It's really cool. And then it has a little bookshelf over there. This wall art I thought was so cool and just like so funky and different. And then the bathroom isn't my absolute fave, but he wants some, you lose some. But it's not bad by any means. There's like a little toilet sink situation in there. And then since it is a loft, I don't know why, but the ceiling is super short, so I almost have to kind of like duck my head whenever I come in here. But the bed is much nicer. There's a huge TV, there's AC, and there's like a little fan down there, and then you can see Justin down there on his phone doing whatever he's doing. But yeah, it's much better. Oh my gosh, yeah, we ordered store-bought. I can't talk, Justin, say it please.
We ordered Starbucks?
Yeah, thank you. And what's that? I don't know what.
The grilled cheese?
It's their grilled cheese, but it looks literally so different and good.
Yeah.
And regulated. So we're trying to get an Uber to the Palace of Versailles, and our Uber just wasted 30 minutes of our time. And he was like, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. I was like, okay, that's fine. 30 more minutes come. He just cancels the ride, which is fine because I was about to do that anyway. But it's just like, we have to be, like, our tour starts at 12. We have to be there at least 10 minutes early because boarding starts 20 minutes before. And he's taking forever. And I'm just starting to get nervous that we're not going to be able to get in. All right, so we just finished visiting the Palace of Versailles. Still super rainy, but overall, I loved the visit. It was so nice to see everything that I learned about and saw in my French textbook in real life. So I really liked that, and also to see the Palace of Mirrors in person was insane. Justin, what are your thoughts?
I couldn't understand anything, but it was very pretty.
Okay, so we got back. Hold this, so I can talk to my friends.
How long you been talking to for? No.
I'm talking.
No.
I'm speaking.
I don't care, actually. I don't care.
I'm speaking.
I don't care. What about doing this?
So it all So it all started when I was 5.
Oh my god.
No, but we got back from the Palace of Versailles, and we knew it was raining, but we didn't have an umbrella, but we also didn't think that we were going to be waiting in line for any long period of time, whatever. So we went into the gift shop, whatever. We just kind of waited for 30 minutes. But as we were walking up to the palace, there were these guys and they had umbrellas. Arguably, they were very nice umbrellas. I'm not even finna sit here and lie to you. They were very, very nice umbrellas. And so I don't know how people, first of all, I naturally think in the wild, even when I'm back home in Alabama, that nobody can tell who I am. If I put on
superhero,
if I put on an oversized jacket or a hat, I'm thinking nobody knows who I am.
Almost 500,000 people know what you look like.
Anyway, so as we've been in Europe, I'm like, how do they know we're American? How do they know? But it's I feel like we look American. Especially not having an umbrella. I feel like that's very American. Anyway, so the guy was gone. He was like, umbrella, umbrella, Lady Gaga, umbrella. And I was like, did this man just call me Lady Gaga? But yeah, that was kind of weird. Anyway, we got back from the Palace of Versailles. Also, when we got in our Uber,
in my arm,
I don't give a fuck. You keep digging. Anyway, when we got back in our Uber, the guy was like, chocolat? And we were like, yes, absolutely. First of all, we would be kidnapped so easily. Why did we say yes to that, Justin? That was so stupid.
What was it? Chocolate. It didn't look.
When he ate one, I was like, it's fine. But it was some of the best chocolate I've ever had.
It was just, I feel like,
it was crunchy, though.
It's like a crunch bar, just in ball form. Again, I feel like these people wanted to kidnap us. They could do it a lot easier than just giving us chocolate.
I feel like they couldn't get nowhere fast though, for real.
Nah, they couldn't.
Because they don't have highways, interstates, whatever. It's everything is just normal congested street.
And we can't just get out because they stop a lot.
Yeah.
So.
But I also feel like this is not a helpful culture. I don't think that anybody would help us.
No, probably not. So.
That's horrible. Also, first of all, TMI, I don't care. My pee, look at me. My pee has been so dark. It is horrendously dark. And that's because I'm drinking this. First of all, I asked for a Coke Zero Sugar and I got this. I need to be drinking water, Justin, because if I get a kidney stone, Justin, shut up. If I get a kidney stone, you are going to hear from me. Y'all, Justin acting like he's not enjoying this. Our anniversary is literally in 30 minutes.
That don't mean I want to hold this camera for 30 minutes.
And you will.
I won't.
So they have this wash and dry dryer. The only thing in English is this part where it says push, wash and dry, and I pushed that yesterday and I thought that everything was going to be dry. It is not. And all of this is pretty much in French. So I'm going to do what I've been doing and use my phone and pull up, where's that? The translate. and you can like hold up a picture. I'm gonna sit it right here so y'all can kind of see. So you can take a picture of anything. Standard, automatic. Okay, so I don't need washing and drying. And that's what that says. Okay, so I don't know which one of these symbols means just dry. Maybe it's this one? Or maybe it's this one with the temperature. I thought it was the sun. It is not the sun. But this also looks like a washing machine, so I don't know why I thought that. So maybe let's do, maybe this is timed tumble and like temperature. So let's do, what the fuck is 30 degrees Celsius? Hey Siri, what is 30 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? 86 degrees, that's random. Okay, let's do that. But that sounds like water. I don't need water. Is it water or is it just drying? Oh no, you guys. I don't know if that's water or if it's just drying. I'm gonna be really upset if I have wet clothes. Okay, now the washer dryer is malfunctioning and I cannot get anything out. There's no little lock sign on the door, but I cannot open it. So, what does this mean? Justin's gonna be like, girl, what have you done again? Okay, it randomly stopped and it gave me my clothes back. So we're just not gonna worry about it. We're gonna put it on the warmer for the 2 hours that we have left in this Airbnb and we're just gonna go for it. Okay, we will actually not just be going for it because these are sopping wet. So it's either figure out how to dry these or these cannot come with us. Okay, so I took the clothes out and I tried to like restart it, but it's still flashing like that. And I can't, like this doesn't change anything and like none of the buttons work. I can't even turn it off. It doesn't even turn off. Ugh, what the heck, bro? Okay, so we made it to this locker place. It's called Lock It and Leave It or whatever. And so they give you these little QR codes. It opens these lockers and they have different sizes and it's pretty deep from what I'm seeing. So it goes like by hour or you can do by day. By day is like 19 euros, so like $22. So not bad at all, really. Okay guys, I look really crazy by the head. Number one, I am officially out of my first bottle of mouthwash for the trip. And it's been like 6 days. So like this, and I'm like a frequent mouthwash user. So this being gone to 6 days is not that bad. Thankfully, I have 3 other ones, so perfect. Also, but more importantly, today is me and Justin's very first wedding anniversary. We did like the whole courthouse thing. He's behind me, isn't he? I'm sure it looks cute on you.
Thank you.
Look at you, so handsome.
It's so pretty.
Look at me, you gremlin. Oh. What was I gonna say? I finally ran out of my first bottle of mouthwash. What, am I birthday?
No.
I'm asking.
You just put mouthwash.
Muy importante.
You just put on mouthwash.
Muy importante.
I don't know.
Tres important. No. Tres. Oh, fucking. No. No, thank you.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we did the whole like courthouse thing. We went in there and we just like signed the.
Oh, what are you talking about?
So I said yes, we did. We went in there and we just.
I ain't been to jail yet.
Right here. Shut the fuck up. Bro, wake up. But we have a problem. We have a problem. Bing, 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 bing.
Nigga, we like.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was gonna stick my Octo Buddy to the thing, but the lighting is weird. I don't know. Should I wear my hair down or back?
Down.
Down?
Let it be free.
Okay. Well, we need you to back the fuck out.
You gotta lose without me right here. I'm not in your way.
You are. Unless you want to stand in the shower and brush your hair. You can do that. Goodbye, Justin.
You told me to do. I'm wrong.
Yeah, right.
Oh. What?
Move.
That's many words. Please. You can say that. It won't hurt you.
It will, it burn.
Well, then I'm not going nowhere.
Okay, well, you just... Please!
No. Say it with some sincerity.
Please!
I said sincerity, not country.
Please.
Thank you.
Anyway. So yeah, we went into the courthouse, and I still remember this. I feel like I remember this literally for the rest of my days, but there was a guy at the security desk, and he was like, come on, man, it's not too late. You can turn around. It's not too late. So do you want me to put my hands on you? Like, what are you talking about? And then Dustin, what did you say? What did you say to him whenever he said that?
I said no, I picked the right one.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I said something crazy.
Yeah, I thought you said something fairies. Okay. Good answer, Steve. Good answer. Shut up. But yeah, I didn't like that very much. I thought that was actually quite rude, if I'm being honest. But anyway, so yeah, it was like $70, and we didn't have to like do a ceremony or anything. She put our name in the book, and we paid like $75. And we were married on October 10th of last year, and then we went to Turks and Caicos the week after, and we took like wedding pictures. But theoretically, we did like the courthouse thing. We got eloped. And yeah, that was kind of our story. It's nothing really like super extravagant, but that's our story. So we checked out of our Airbnb today. The washer never ended up working again. Like, I know that's kind of like where we left off. The washer never ended up working again, and so we ended up having to take our ridiculously wet clothes, putting them in a garbage bag, and putting them in our duffel bag. Which, Justin, will you get a second? Will you take those out for me?
Yeah.
And so we're just gonna lay them. There's like a little rack in here that we can put some of them on. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. Anyway, so our first Airbnb, I don't know if I told her this, but it was horrendous. I know we've already talked about this, but it was absolutely horrendous. And so she was like, okay, well, I'll just give you guys your money back, blah, blah, blah. As long as you don't give us like a bad review. So I was like, okay, mind you, I'm still finna get a bad review no matter what, because what are you talking about? Like, you're not gonna sit here and bribe me. You're not gonna sit here and bribe me to not give you a bad review. Like, if that's what you deserve, that's what you deserve. So anyway, she was like, I'm gonna try to book somebody tonight, and then I'll just give y'all the profit from that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, at least we're getting our money back from staying in that horrible dungeon of an Airbnb. And so she never said anything. And since today was supposed to be the day that we were supposed to check out originally, Airbnb sent me a thing like, oh, like, rate your stay with so-and-so at so-and-so. And so I messaged her and I was like, hey, any update? Like, this is the calm before the storm, because I am definitely about to leave you a bad review, so don't play. And I don't think she said anything, so I think I will be going forward with getting a bad review. Which I was going to do that anyway, just because, like, I don't want what happened to us to happen to somebody else, because that's not fair and that's wrong and weird. So she's crazy. But yeah, so I definitely will be telling as many people as humanly possible about the horrible experience that we had. But yeah, the washer never ended up working, so that was kind of annoying. But I did some deep diving like early this morning, because as long as we've been in Europe, I've been waking up at 6 a.m. Who, me? Like, that is so crazy, because y'all know that I'm a night girl, like, for the rest of my days. So it's kind of weird that I would wake up that early. But like, the time difference, like being 7 hours ahead and all that good stuff. But anyway, we were going to be in a very weird limbo space of, like, the checkout at our Airbnb that we left this morning was at 12 p.m., which I appreciate, because usually checkout at Airbnbs is at 11. So the fact that he did 12 was super, super nice. And he said that his cleaner was going to be there like right at 12. So that means that was like a nice way of saying like, hey, make sure you're out so the other guests can be in. Because it's a really big house and it's a lot to clean. And you know, like I want everything to be nice for the next set of guests that are staying too. So anyway, yeah, so we were gonna be like in a weird limbo because like that checkout was at 12 and then checkout here or check in here wasn't until 3. So it was like, what the heck are we gonna do with our luggage from 12 to 3? And at first we're like, oh, we'll just sit like in a little cafe and we'll just sit for 3 hours with our luggage like until we can drop it off to this Airbnb. But when I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, I like typed in like what to do with my luggage before checking to my Airbnb, and a lot of people were saying luggage locker. So I was like, what the is a luggage locker? And so I looked it up and it's literally exactly what it sounds like. It is a locker for your luggage. And the place that we used was called Lock It and Leave It or something like that. I'm gonna leave it down in the description box because I don't know the exact name of it. But for some people like on TikTok, they were like, oh, you can just do like nanny bag or whatever. And that's pretty much where you drop your luggage off, they tag it kind of like at the airport a little bit, but like very less secure than that, and they just like drop it behind the counter of like a random gas station. Then you just like come and pick it up with your other half of the tag. So I was like, no, because I have my very expensive vlog camera, which I'm not using right now, but like I have that, and then we have our suitcases, my laptop. Like no, like we're not doing that. And so I found this Lock It place, and pretty much like nobody works in there, but they send you a code to the building and then you can pick from small, medium, and large luggage. And when I tell you it's huge, it is genuinely like gigantic. And you put your stuff in there and it's 19 euros, so like $22 for a full 24 hours, and you get 24-hour access to the location. You just have to like remember to come and pick your stuff up. And the only bad review that I saw on the website was for somebody that tried to come and get their stuff after the 24 hours was over, and like the QR code had already expired. So they were like, oh, like I wasn't able to get my luggage. And it's like, well, of course, because you weren't following directions. So it's kind of, you know, what happens when you don't follow directions. So that's why I always read reviews, but like I always make sure that I'm reading like why people give certain places 1-star reviews, because a lot of the times it's user error, and it's especially when nobody works there, like it was definitely your own fault, like whatever happened. So we went there, we put in the codes to the door, we put in the QR code, and it was a very, very seamless process. And we went to the mall for a little bit. We didn't really get anything like super exciting, but we went to the mall for a little bit, and then we came back and we used the QR code again and we got our stuff out, and it was very seamless. And then we had like a 7 or 8 minute walk to our new Airbnb, which was like the location of all of that was perfect because it was like a mile away from our old Airbnb and then a 7-minute walk to our new one. So it was really, really nice. The thing that I've been having the hardest time about while being here in Europe is the fact that there is no like central air conditioning. Our last Airbnb had fans and stuff, so that was really nice. But tonight, since Justin is a super hot sleeper and I just get super uncomfortable whenever I'm hot, we will definitely be keeping the window open. And I know the saying like fresh air is for dead people, and I'm a big believer in that. But
What?
you never heard that? No. Fresh air is for dead people means like don't open your window because like somebody could come in and kill you. But at this rate, if somebody gets all the way up here, then
No, yeah, they climbing the second floor. They're gonna get us. They want us gone.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, we are all dressed and ready to go, and now we're gonna go to dinner at. What was that?
That was my taking off tag.
Wow. Now we're gonna go to dinner at this restaurant that's close to the Eiffel Tower because Justin really, really wants to see the Eiffel Tower sparkle at night, which so do I. And it goes every hour on the hour for 5 minutes. So hopefully we will be able to see that. I'll shoot some clips of everything at dinner, but I'll see y'all there. Okay, guys, so it's like 3 p.m. on the 11th. Justin and I have been absolute bums today. Not even gonna lie. He went to sleep at like 3 a.m. or something like that. And I fell asleep at like 10 or 11. The only reason that I fell asleep that late was because our dinner reservation last night was at 9. So whatever, we kind of like slept in today. But okay, let's chop it up and talk about dinner last night. So we went to this place called El Sorrentino or something. I really don't know what it was called. But it was like a TikTok famous restaurant that has like a really good view of the Eiffel Tower. And Justin picked it out. So I was like, okay, picking restaurants. I love it. I love it when a man steps up. You know what I'm saying? So it was perfect. So I was like, okay, you know, wherever you want to go, that's where we're going. I'm literally not going to ask any questions. It is what it is. So the reservations were made. We went there. And I was really, really hoping that they spoke English. And since it was TikTok famous, I was like, if it's TikTok famous, like I'm pretty sure, and it's like next to the Eiffel Tower, like I'm pretty sure they speak English. Which another thing, like people here, most people do, like they speak French, obviously, but they also speak English because they learn English like in school. And it's not something that like, oh, you learn Spanish for a few years and then you stop. Like, no, like they know English. Like they know English like they know French. So anyway, the lady was like, oh, reservation for Thomas. Okay, yeah, right this way. And so she sat us, and then I thought I was going to be a big girl, and I ordered an Aperol Spritz. Is that how you say it? The drink that everybody is so obsessed with whenever they come to Europe. And so I ordered one. It was good, but they were just like very heavy-handed on the alcohol. So it was kind of like, oh. But like I could see the inspiration, I could see the thought, I could see the vision behind like what the drink was supposed to be. And I feel like that made it good. So I was fine with it. Justin said that he wanted a sip, and Justin does not drink alcohol. Our window is open. Justin doesn't drink alcohol, so I was like, take the smallest sip ever, because I already know you're not going to like it. Like, I know you want to try, but I already know you're not going to like it. And so he took a small sip, and I forgot what he said. It was something funny. Basically, he did not like it. Shocker. And then we got like some chef stuff because they knew it was our anniversary, so we got like some free stuff. And so we're kind of eating on that. And then we got the cheese wheel pasta, which I'll have already seen. And it was nice. The presentation was very, very nice, but the pasta to me did not taste very good. Like it had a very good beginning taste, but then it had a very strange aftertaste. And I just think it's because the cheese is like aged cheese, and it's not like, I don't know. It's not like American Alfredo. And that's what I've been trying to remind myself. Like, you're not in America where there are hardly any food regulations. Like, this is authentic food in the way that it's supposed to be. And it's not pumped with preservatives and colors and all these additives and whatever. Like, this is the food as it's meant to be eaten. So it's going to taste a little different from what you're used to. So just because it's different doesn't mean that it's bad, but it's okay to still feel like, you know, this food wasn't good to me. Like, that's not a bad thing to say. But I ate like half of it, and it was nice. The experience was nice. Everything about it was really, really nice, and I'm glad that we got to go there for our anniversary, and Justin did a really good job picking. So after that, we stood outside, and we had like maybe 5 minutes until the Eiffel Tower started sparkling. I think it starts at 7 and it goes all the way up until 1 a.m. And so we saw it. Of course, y'all have seen that. But it was very, very nice. It was pretty. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't what we got. But I still think it was like a once in a lifetime thing to be able to see the Eiffel Tower sparkle in Paris. Like, what? Like, I don't know. Very, very grateful. And so then we had an Uber driver. No shade to Black people, because I am a part of Black people, right? Anytime we have had a Black Uber driver, it has always been the worst experience we have ever had. And I don't even think it's because they're Black. I think it's just because of the people that Uber allows to Uber. So anyway, we get into the car, and I was like, bonjour, and Justin was like, bonjour, whatever. And he was like, ça va? And I was like, bien. He was like, oh, American. He was like, no, ça va bien. Okay, what I said wasn't wrong. You said, how are you? I said, good. He wanted me to say, no, I am good. I am good. Okay, whatever. Ça va bien. If that's gonna tickle your pickle, whatever. Ça va bien. I literally don't give a fuck, sir. So anyway, we're driving, and he's like blowing at people. He's cussing people out, and he's like cussing in English, which is like I don't know if he wanted me to know that he was cursing, but like, I don't care, sir. I love a good cuss. Do whatever you have to do to get us to our destination. Like, I literally couldn't give less of a fuck. I'm so sorry. So anyway, he's tweaking on the people in front of him, which, like, the people here just drive crazy. Like, they would rather hit your car than let you over. For real. They will hit pedestrians. Like, they literally just don't care here. They don't care. And it was like that in London too. So I don't know if it's just like a European thing or what. But like, there was like, I'm usually always like, oh yeah, like we'll just rent a car and like I'll just be the driver or whatever, because I'm really good at driving and Justin is like really good with directions. And so like, that's usually the role that we take. Pick your strengths, right? Okay, play on your strengths. So yeah, I would not have survived, because I have so much anxiety when people are bad drivers that it makes me into like a very conscious driver sometimes. Now we back home in Alabama, all bets are off. Oh, all bets are off. All bets are off. I am driving like a bat out of hell. Like, I drive fast, but I drive controlled. Like, it's not fast and crazy. It's fast and controlled, which theoretically is also fast and controlled here, but they don't obey like the lines in the road. Like, those are just very loose guidelines. Like, those are not hard and fast. Like, you have to stay in your lane. Like, you get in whatever lane you want to get in, even if it's a lane going in the opposite direction. Who cares? Who cares? If it's a piece of street that's open, they're going to take it. Okay, they don't care. So anyway, we get in this Uber and whatever. He's like cussing people out, whatever. He don't want to let the ambulance people over. I'm like, what? Huh? Please let this emergency vehicle over. Don't play. And so then he drops us off like 3 minutes away from our Airbnb, and he was like, this is good. We were like, yeah, yeah, that's fine. Actually, that's actually perfect. No, thank you so much. This is much better than you dropping us off at our home like we asked. Thank you so much for that. And the reason that he did that, I think, is because he like accepted another Uber job like while we were still in the car. So I was like, okay, sir. So yeah, he dropped us off like that, and that was really crazy. Then I came in here and I showered. Girl, Justin rolled over to his back. I laid on his chest and I was done ski. Okay, I was so asleep. And then I got up this morning at like 7, but the sun doesn't even come up until like 7:30. So I was like laying in bed like, what the fuck time is it? So anyway, I was just kind of laying there catching up with all my friends. And like, being 7 hours ahead is really hard, because it's like, I feel like I'm missing out on all the really good, juicy drama that my friend group is having right now. And there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. By the time I wake up, I'm waking up to 50, 60 messages and voice messages. Y'all know how top tier a voice message is. I'm waking up to like voice messages of all my friends telling me about all the crazy stuff that's going on. I'm talking, they got text messages, Instagram receipts, Facebook receipts. I'm like, oh, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. This is getting so out of hand and juicy and delicious. And I'm 7 hours behind, missing it all. Or 7 hours ahead, kind of missing it all. So I was like, oh, please, just hold on to the drama for a second. Like, literally, my friends, one of my friends had a baby. Huh? What do you mean you had a baby when I was gone? What do you mean? What do you mean you have a baby? Okay. Okay, what do you mean you had a baby? And I'm in Europe. What do you mean? Bro. So it's just, it is, when I tell you it's crazy, it's crazy. So anyway, yeah, I have a lot to do whenever we get back to the States. Like, me and my friends, we just need to sit down at my friend's house that just had a baby, I guess. And we just honestly all need to have a kumbaya, and we're all just gonna go one at a time. And we're going to tell about all the drama, because that is literally insane. Like, my friend group, we just always have something going on. Like, life is just always lifing. And it's crazy. And I feel like it's a really good balance, because our friend group is a 4-person friend group. And there's 2 moms. And then there's 2, like, not moms. And so I just feel like, it works. Like, we just all get each other and it's perfect. This light is also very tricky, because I can't really tell what I look like. Because it's like, anyway. When I get back to America, these mini twists are coming out, babes. these mini twists are coming out because I think I'm done with them for now. Like, I think it's just because I haven't had any conditioner and it's just been really weird like that. But I think I'm gonna wear it down today because when I wear it back, I feel like my edges are just like really on display and I don't like that. So I think we're just gonna wear our hair down today. Okay guys, so today is our last day in Paris. Our train to Zurich, Switzerland leaves at 7:20 tomorrow morning. The train station is only a mile from here. I'm still unsure, are we gonna walk? Are we gonna take an Uber? What are we gonna do?
It's a 27-minute walk, but a 13-minute drive, yes.
Allegedly.
What you told? What time do you think we should get? I guess it depends on what we're doing.
I feel like
we should go Uber.
Boarding stops at 7:02. So I feel like we need to get there at like 5. Because again, stuff is not in English and it's gonna take us a second.
It's not the same one we went to?
It is. Was stuff in English?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They had times. And we couldn't go sit down till like an hour before anyway. So you want to get there too early. I mean, granted, yeah.
Well, that's a different train station. Like, that was a train station in London.
Oh, you're right. We figured it out. Kinda. We found the bathroom.
You found the bathroom. Because you've been to Germany before. I would have been peeing on myself in the corner somewhere.
Trying to see when I was looking around, it was so easy. You had the tickets already?
Yes.
Did you put them up?
Yeah.
This gonna dictate whether we do.
What are you looking for?
To see if I can figure out, like, if I was in the train station, I need to see. Yeah, I still say we get there decently early. I would prefer to be there like no later than like 5:30.
Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, hi guys. So today is our last morning in Paris, and I'm very sad because Paris is really nice, and I really do like it. It is very synonymous to New York and like the city that never sleeps aspect, and like people are literally out at all times of day. But I really have liked it a lot. My only drawback is to this Airbnb is that it doesn't have AC. Like, as you can see, there's like no vents or anything or any wall things. That's like a keypad for like if you had guests downstairs, like that's how you can buzz them in. So we've been keeping this window open, and it's a really busy, popular street right here. There's a really popular restaurant right here. You can kind of see like the orange glowing lights from it. And people will stay out at all hours of the night, just like hanging out and being loud. So since it doesn't have AC, we left the window open because it's really cold, and that helped a lot. But it was just very loud, and like the ambulance and the police would like run back and forth, like making a lot of noise. The people were making a lot of noise, and Parisian people like to sit outside as opposed to sitting inside, so it was just a lot of noise. And I didn't know that Justin wasn't able to sleep if there's a lot of noise, so he went to sleep at the ripe old time of, what'd you say, 3:30?
3:23, yeah.
And we had to get up at 4. I got out of the bed at 4:20.
I got out of bed at 4:30, but I mean, it was a loose hour of sleep, but I mean, I'm fine. But no, as far as like sleeping with noise, I've never been one. I can't even sleep with the TV on. So
you see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like that's noise I should be familiar with because it's a TV. But like especially like the ambulance going back and forth and like, and we're on the second floor, so like nobody's getting up here. But even still, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, but like I haven't been sleeping the best. Well, I haven't been sleeping as early as I normally sleep.
Yeah, because you usually go to bed at like 8 p.m.
Yeah, so and I've been going to bed at like 3 or 4 every night. And then it's been football long, so some nights too. So and the games been coming on like at 2. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get it back. I promise.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So now we're about to go to the Paris train station, and we're about to catch a train from Paris to Zurich. Justin, what has been your favorite part of the trip so far?
I've enjoyed the sights, and I won't say sounds. I've enjoyed the sights and the walking. How nice it's been able just to walk and like take in the actual experience of being in Paris in Europe.
What's been your favorite, like in between Paris and London?
As far as like if I had to pick or two?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fair to London because like we didn't spend nearly as much time there, but I enjoyed the stuff we did do in London, like going to the comic book store, shopping. The River cruise was nice, so I feel like we maximized London for what it was. But I would definitely say Well, I won't say that. No, because that little shopping mall is really cool. So I'll say I like Paris a little more.
Okay. What was your favorite thing that we did?
I think just the walking, to go on to see the monument. The Eiffel Tower pictures were very nice. Mm-hmm. I feel like those ones, they were planned, but the ones we got weren't exactly what we were going to get.
Yeah.
So those were very nice. And I like the atmosphere. I like the idea of us going on that date.
Oh yeah, that was nice because we never go on dates ever.
Yeah, so that was very nice.
We go on dates, but it's like we don't look at them as like they are dates, but they're not.
But like they're not as formal as that was. So I like that we did that. It's not exactly in our wheelhouse. No pun intended.
We're just not fancy people. So like us going on a fancy date is just different. Like we go on dates, but the dates aren't super fancy because we don't really like dressing up for. So.
And the food wasn't crazy.
Blah blah blah.
120 euros is insane. Actually.
No, 120 euros for pasta and drinks is crazy.
Yeah, but no, it was definitely an enjoyable experience. Yeah, just the general, just walking around. Like walking culture is big here, and it's nice. So we have been completely inactive, but not like we used to.
Yeah. I think my favorite part was the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles. Seeing the Eiffel Tower in person and seeing the Eiffel Tower light up at night. I think those were definitely some of my favorite. Like I think just seeing like the monuments in person, because I think I told y'all this, but I took French from middle school 6th grade all the way up until college, and so it's just nice to just be able to see all the stuff that I've been learning about in person. So we made it to Zurich. Our train from Paris to Zurich wasn't bad at all. I forgot that we booked first class train tickets. So it was very, very nice. It was super quiet, very, very comfortable. We also booked the train tickets from the Zurich HB, so like the main train station, to the one that's next to our Airbnb. But as you can hear, everything is in German. Hold on. Everything is in German and it's really hard to navigate, and the tickets didn't have like which platform we were supposed to leave from, and so we were just kind of like trying to find it at first. But then we found a group of police officers first, and the police officer was like no, like he was very much not interested in helping me in the slightest. It was very rude and I almost cried, but I didn't. I had to hold it together because we still had a train to catch. Like we had like 35 to 40 minutes to get from like one train to the other. So I ended up finding somebody that works like with the train station, and I asked her, and she just like looked it up online. She was like, oh, platform 41 and 42. And I was like, okay. So we found platform 41, 42, and we figured out that it's like different S numbers, and our train is S9, and it has like the name of it, which is Schaffhausen or whatever, and it has like the 3 different places that it goes to. So that's how we were able to find it. But now we're just waiting, and we're just very hopeful that our thought process is correct. How do you feel, Justin?
I feel like we grossly underestimated how hard this is gonna be. We figured it out. Hopefully.
We're also just very bad with trains in general, so this
is not anything new. Again, if New York confused us, I'm sure a train not in English is gonna confuse us.
Right.
But I feel like we got it right, hopefully.
I think
then there's like the stops on the train when we get on. We'll see if it goes to Glattenburg.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't,
a new adventure. Okay, so we made it to, my edge control is literally drying out. I need to wash my hair. But we made it to our Airbnb in Zurich. The sheets are linty, so but it's fine. We're gonna have a full day in Zurich tomorrow, and it's gonna work out. I'm so distracted by the way that my gel is doing me right now. We're gonna fix it. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. Justin's trying to find American TV in Switzerland. I don't you can see how that's going.
I'm trying to find TV that don't need to be American to be watched.
How's that going for you?
They got soccer. I just don't like them.
But okay, I will see you guys next week. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. I love you.